Welcome back. This is the third lesson recording for April 27th, 2021. So now is the time for you to take some notes on slope of perpendicular lines. So please take notes. When two lines are perpendicular, then their slopes are negative reciprocal of each other. What does a reciprocal mean? Reciprocal is a fraction with the reflection is another word for flipped fraction. Okay, so the numerator becomes denominator, denominator becomes numerator, or the top number becomes bottom number becomes the top number. So that means run and rise, they switch places, and the sign also switch. So there is a negative. It becomes, if it was positive, then it becomes negative. If it was negative, it becomes positive. That's what it means. Examples of perpendicular line slope pairs. So for example, if the original slope equation had the slope of negative 4 over 5, then the new perpendicular slope will be, you flip the fraction, so 5 becomes the top, 4 becomes the bottom, and if it was negative, it becomes positive. Or if it was half, then flip of 1 over 2 is 2 over 1. Okay, and 2 over 1 is same as just 2. Anything over 1 is the same thing. And negative, if this was positive, so it becomes negative. Remember, if you have a slope of negative 2, it's same as negative 2 over 1. If I ever want to convert any number into a fraction, I can always put it as something over 1. Then 3 over 7 and 7 over negative 3. Again, the fraction is flipped, as well as if it was positive, it becomes negative. And again, the fraction is flipped, and if it was positive, it becomes negative again. Alright, so with that, you're going to be working on card number 16 to 19 of Desmos. Oops, correction. It's card number 22 all the way to 25 of Desmos, please. Card number 22. Y is equal to negative 5 over 3x plus 2 is the equation of this line. What would be the slope of a line that is perpendicular to it? Okay, so remember, equation of line is always in the form of y is equal to mx plus b, at least the slope intercept form. That means what is the slope in this case? Slope is the number in front of x. So in this case, the slope is negative 5 over 3. So what would be the slope, the new slope of the line that is perpendicular to it? So that means we need to flip this fraction. So 3 at the bottom becomes the top. The 5 at the top becomes the bottom. Since it was negative, the new slope is positive. Okay, so it flips the fraction as well as if it changes the sign to opposite. So that means I can create any line. Say for example, if I have a slope of 3 over 5. So that means this is the rise over run. Say if the y-intercept was this, that means from here I'm going to go up by 3, 1, 2, 3, to the right by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's right here. And if I was to draw a line that goes through, it will look like this. And hopefully you can see that, yeah, it does look like these two lines are meeting at perpendicular line, at 90 degrees, or these two lines are perpendicular. But here's the thing, some of you are putting 3 over 5x, or some of you are putting y is equal to 3 over 5. Both of them are incorrect. Slope is just the number in front of x. Okay, so in this case, 3 over 5. It's just a number. There should not be any variable, including y or x. And let's move on to the next card. Here is another line with the equation y is equal to 4x minus 1. What would be the slope of a line that is perpendicular to it? Okay, so then what is the slope? In this case, slope is what is the number in front of x? That's 4. Now if I was to convert this into a fraction, what can I do? I can always put a number over 1 without changing its value. 4 is same as 4 over 1, right? So that now if I was to flip this fraction, that becomes 1 over 4. And since this was positive, it's now the new slope is going to be negative 1/4. Okay, so the new slope is negative 1/4. And let me just try that. Okay, so that means the top number, this is going to be the rise over run. That's my slope formula. Is rise over run. So I'm going to go, okay, so which one? I want -1. So I want this to be, I'm going to attach the negative to, let's attach it to the top, and let's leave the bottom as the positive. So that means instead of going, rise is -1, negative direction is going down, and then to the right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is another point. Now if I join these 2 points, and I'm going to create a few more points, that's going to help me draw a straight line. So here you go. Okay, so I wish it was more straight. Okay, so then this is a perpendicular line. It does look like it is going to be 90 degrees. So the slope of -1 over 4 would certainly create a perpendicular line. Now this time, if the perpendicular line has a slope of -1/4, we're given the slope of the new line, new perpendicular line, and has the y-intercept of 0, -5. What would be the equation for the line? Okay, so 0, -5. Where is 0, -5? 0, -5 is right there. So we are being told that this is going to be a point, okay, of the equation. Or what is the y-intercept in this case? Y-intercept is -5. So B is -5. Okay, now we are also told that the slope of this perpendicular line is -1/4. So we know what B is, we know what M is. So what is the equation? Putting that together, what is the equation of the line with the slope of -1/4 and y-intercept of -5? That is just going to be y is equal to -1 over 4. And then to that we need to have multiply that by x, and notice that it is graphing it for us, and then we're going to add -5 to it. Okay, so and when I do that, it shifts us down, and it certainly is going through my y-intercept, which is what I wanted. Okay, so I have it correct. I know that visually the two lines certainly look like they're intersecting at 90 degrees, as well as that it's going through 0, -5. Then the last slide. This time we're given an equation, and we're asked to find an equation of the line that is perpendicular to this line. Okay, so this line is the equation of the line that's graphed is this. Okay, so what is the original slope is -2 over 3. So what is the new slope going to be? The new perpendicular slope is going to be what? New M is going to be, you flip the 2 over 3, so that becomes 3 over 2. And since this was negative, this one is going to be positive. Okay, if the new slope is going to be positive. Okay, and we want the y-intercept to be 0, 4. 0, 4 is right there. Or from here, since we know that this is a y-intercept, we know that this value is the B value of the new equation. So putting this together, M is 3 over 2 and B is 4. The equation of the line is going to be y is equal to M. What is the slope? That's 3 over 2. And to that we need to multiply x. Okay, so and straight away it graphs it for us, and look at that. That looks perpendicular. They look as if they are crossing at 90 degrees, but currently it's not going through 0, 4, the y-intercept that we want. So we need to add plus b, okay, and plus 4 is my b that I set, and it certainly is going through that, and I know that is correct. Okay, so and that is it for today. So can you enter in the table of content what we covered today? We covered reflection symmetry, rotational symmetry, and also equations of perpendicular lines. Thank you for listening.